This is your daily dose of all things royal.
I think if you've been in the coma for the last 4 years and saw the coverage around Harry and Meghan's trip to Nigeria, you'd be forgiven if you were mistaken into thinking that the two of them were still working members of the royal family. But of course they are not. But on the surface, it is playing out very much like a royal tour.
Welcome back, my gorgeous, good-looking friends. Yes, this morning, my newsfeed flooded with Meghan and Harry's vacation in Nigeria. And how they're marketing this is clearly going to piss the royal family off. But I think to some degree, this is the royal family's fault. We wouldn't be in this position if the royal family from the very beginning had stripped these two of their titles and made them Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor, and made it very clear that they are no longer a part of the institution. But here we are, and now we have to suffer through all of this. And on top of it, what they are doing from a geopolitical perspective is very dangerous. Even though the Daily Mail UK has reported that the British High Commissioner confirms that Prince Harry and Meghan are not representing the UK government, it is on purpose being drowned out by the propaganda that Harry and Meghan are putting out, making it appear as if they are dignitaries and are on a royal tour. So, confirming to what Cameron said on GB News, it does come off as if this visit to Nigeria is a royal tour and being seen as such. I think that that's not a good look. I think this is definitely hurting the monarchy by this couple doing this. In fact, looking at Harry and Meghan and knowing what we all know, they look simply foolish because they didn't want to do this when they were working royals. So what does that tell you? It tells you a couple of things. One, Meghan Markle is vindictive, petty, and spiteful, and she's doing everything she can to tarnish the institution's brand, which she's doing a great job looking like a jackass and being able to stick both her middle fingers up at the royal family as they go pretending that they are these royals coming from the empire. Two, Meghan is also showing the whole world that she thinks she can do better than the royal family at this job, and going out to prove to the ignorant fools that we are seeing going ahead and promoting this garbage that they are seen as dignitaries. All this looks like is a middle-aged prostitute sweating in church, in my humble opinion. And she has the most ridiculous nerve to go on and say this.
I look around this room, I see myself in all of you as well.
I mean, serious, Meghan, don't associate yourself with the innocence of children because you are far from it. And it should not be a compliment to these young, impressionable youth because Meghan is a bully. Let's not forget the mental anguish that she has inflicted onto the royal family as well as her own family and the people who used to work with her.
To have our first visit to Nigeria, be here with all of you. We believe in you. We believe in your futures. We believe in your ability to continue to tell your stories.
This just makes her look stupid. She's off talking to the youth about mental health and telling them to be honest with each other when she herself doesn't even understand what the word honest means. Why was this even allowed? The people that are responsible for this mental health facility brought in a known abuser. Anyhow. And three, Meghan Markle wants this attention. As much as they step back and exit it, Meghan really wants back in, and you can see how desperate these two are to make it appear as if they are important and that they should be welcomed back into the family because they are good for the brand. This is all about optics, folks. Optics. And they're going to saturate the media, especially here in the United States, to make it appear as if they are humanitarians and they are so important like the rest of the world leaders that they should be given this global platform to champion all these causes. Meanwhile, we have seen for the last 6 years how nasty, hateful, cruel, callous, calculated, spiteful, and just downright evil. My skin crawls every time I see Meghan preying on the youth or kids, as well as vulnerable people. The way she exploits them for her own image and brand, as well as to line her pockets, to me, I find extremely gross. And that's why this trip to Nigeria makes them look incredibly desperate and pathetic. The only place where I've seen that this being reported accurately, believe it or not, is Fox News, in which, in one article, they state the tour has an unmistakable quasi-royal feel, raising speculation of desperate attempts by the Sussexes to cling to remnants of their former life, though they famously rejected that life when they stepped back from royal service in 2020. And this right here is everything. Harry and Meghan's treachery goes far beyond causing family problems. Their betrayals have deeply offended the citizens of the country Harry's family leads and serves. So, too, they repelled many Americans who see through their hypocrisy and grift. Especially New Yorkers, right? We saw it from day one when they showed up here. So kicking off, who showed up to Nigeria with Meghan and Harry? Well, first off, we see James Holt, dodgy little character that he is, as well as Miranda Barbeau. Very interesting. Now, Miranda Barbeau was not in the UK for Invictus. Beth Hurley was. Just a kind reminder, Miranda Barbeau was the lead on the Obama re-elect campaign. She was there with Meghan and Harry at Invictus, but she was also there for Meghan and Harry when they went to the UN. Why the need to have them there? I mean, this trip was supposed to be about the Invictus, right? James Holt didn't go to the UK to support Harry for the Invictus 10th anniversary, so why is he there now? My guess, it has something to do, again, with my suspicion that Meghan and Harry are really there to negotiate with the World Trade Organization and that woman. All of this is a front, in my humble opinion. Well, in any case, they have their photoshopping friend, Mislead Harriman, capturing all of this with his Leica camera. You can't make this up. Like, they're such scammers all the way around. And you know who did not show up? Those children. And Supermom Meghan is going to be missing the most important day of the year because she's a mom. Mother's Day on Sunday. On a side note, I would just like to bring up the fact that what Meghan is wearing to this school is so inappropriate. But it's not surprising for this woman. It's pretty on brand, looking like she just got out of a job and, moving on to the next one. In any case, this dress dragging to the floor looks just beyond stupid. I'm guessing that this dress is going to be returned, hence the reason why she didn't have it tailored. Now, a fake royal tour is not a fake royal tour without Meghan disrespecting the people that she is supposed to be interested in. So here we have Meghan, the first rude instance of Meghan ignoring this wonderful little girl trying to offer something, and Meghan totally ignores listening to the woman explain exactly what it is. Like, how much more rude can you be? This bitch! But this is Meghan we're talking about. So not only does Meghan look incredibly disingenuous, but she looks like a jackass again. This just reinforces on why Meghan didn't make it as a royal. She just doesn't have what it takes. For the most part, everything that we've seen today has been classic Meghan, the fake, plastered, rictus grin that doesn't move, almost to the point where her face looks like it's hurting, as well as the claw coming out, pulling Harry wherever she wants to go. And to top it all off, that fake laugh that Meghan does with Mislead Harriman capturing these oh-so-authentic moments.
She's your queen to be, a queen to be forever, a queen who'll do whatever His Highness desires.
Now, the other way we can look at this is Meghan and Harry are being used by Nigeria for propaganda. Clearly, on this welcome sign, that's what's happening here. Meghan and Harry are a lot smaller than the general that they have featured up front and center. So what does that mean? Well, it could mean a couple things. Currently, right now, Nigeria is facing a tremendous amount of turmoil with corruption and the government that perhaps maybe they're trying to improve their brand. Although picking Harry and Meghan to represent a decent and serious government might not have been the best choice, but off they went with it. The other thing that I see happening here is for the optics globally. We know that this is going to get coverage all over the world. And of course, they want their faces up front and center and their country being represented. And here we have Meghan trying desperately to look like Catherine during this military event with Harry, to which they give Harry some type of salute. I don't know what it is, but absolutely ridiculous that they are being celebrated in this private capacity. Like, here's the thing. Why are they allowing this private citizen to go ahead and give this military inspection?
Prince Harry now inspects the quarter guard.
The question is why? He doesn't have the authority. He's being treated as if he's a dignitary, which makes me question what's on that passport of his.
Prince Harry is now inspecting the quarter guard, after which, from the saluting dice, he would proceed to the facade of the defense headquarters.
Again, the optics for King Charles here doesn't look good. His traitor son is here pretending to be royal, and he's not. This traitor to the crown as well as his own country, here he is in Nigeria pretending to uphold the values of military service. These two are such clowns, like... These two are nothing but clowns, and Nigeria to entertain and waste money on this is, like, even worse.
Now the guards would be dismissed into the guard room to pave the way for the special guest to make his way to the facade of the defense headquarters, where a cultural troop, they would now be allowed, after interacting with a number of soldiers, to make their...
Now, later on in this video, Meghan is surrounded by all these black men who doesn't appear she's comfortable or in her element. So as you see, Baldy and the other security guards are pushing them all away to give her space. But she does look a bit uncomfortable. I bet this makes Meghan feel real important that she has all these security guards surrounding her and leading them to wherever they're going now. But as you can see, Meghan doesn't look comfortable. She's there, she's grinning and bearing it, but she just wants to get out of there ASAP because she looks down on everybody.
Your queen to be.
The elevator to the office of the Chief of Defense Staff.
Interestingly enough, Ashley Hansen is on this trip. Didn't we see her announce that she was leaving Archwell, or wasn't it reported that she left Archwell? Why is she there? I guess she's a sucker for punishment. Poor thing looks out of her element here and uncomfortable. Look, these two can't get any more irritating, and the people are just not impressed. I wonder how much money they invested in this massive PR push to make them look like global figures and leaders. Like, this is what Meghan wants to be seen as.
Harry and Meghan are global dignitaries.
Oh, God, we have some idiots in this world. And like, what the heck is she wearing? Stick to one pattern.
It's as simple as that. These are philanthropists. And like any dignitary or philanthropist traveling to other countries to do their work, they represent their organizations and they represent themselves. Well, the truth is Harry and Meghan are very, very important people doing very, very important work.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
The rest of the world, the presidents, the prime ministers, the mayors, the leaders of various international organizations are always going to show Harry and Meghan respect in their personal capacity, professional capacity, but also as the son of King Charles. So even if Charles is base and undignified in his treatment of his own son.
And it goes both ways. What about how Harry and Meghan treated the family? That wasn't dignified.
People all over the world will always remember him as one, the son of a king, but two, the son of the late great Princess Diana, and they will treat him well.
Well, Squatty, you should know that Meghan wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. Understand that that's what you're dealing with. Yes, there will be a level of respect given to Harry because they respect the institution. Does she understand why the world respects the institution? Most likely not, and I'm willing to bet that she got paid to say this. Closing off this video is the biggest joke for the day out of this clown show. So Meghan and Harry go to some preschool, and to show us all how she's so relatable, sits down on the ground to tell this farcical story that little Betty had allegedly told her. The direct quote, and I kid you not, "Our daughter, Lily, she's much, much tinier than you guys. She's about to turn 3, and a few weeks ago, she looked at me, and she would just see the reflection in my eyes. And then she goes, 'Mama, I see me in you.'" Like, I want to know, who does she think is buying this story? She's sitting and talking to a group of preschoolers. Do you think they have any idea as to what she's talking about? I'm guessing that's the reason why she told them this farcical story, because any person with critical thinking skills would call her out on this bullshit. Apparently, Meghan's children are so deep and brilliant that the reason why Archie couldn't make it to Africa is because he was too busy curing cancer. In any case, Meghan gives out this story, a bunch of horse shit, to these little kids who have no idea even who she is, but are forced to endure this painful session.
And to just be honest with each other. There is no need to suffer in silence.
Oh, that's rich. Meghan, why are you making these people suffer and listening to this garbage? The least Meghan could have done was show up with some jam. But they come empty-handed, and I guarantee that they left not giving a penny to help these people.
I believe the children are our future. Thank you. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, you can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is inside of me.
Yeah, I would have to say people are just not that impressed. I don't think there's any coming back for these two. They can try all they want, but I just see failure. But what do you guys think? Definitely leave your thoughts below. As always, I will be back with more content. But until then, please be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
You're such a fraud.